Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Been reviewed out. By the way, Jordan JC,
what do we got?
Good authority. We are over 100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat. Over 300 in the chat. Over 400 in the chat. Yeah. There we go.
Good morning.
Cherry on top.
All right.
Let's get back into this conversation, man. Talking about the schedule.
Like I'm Usher.
You said what?
I just did it like I was Usher or something.
No, that was concerning. By the way, is Usher just walking around with cherries?
Bro, I think he got like a whole bag of them in his fur coat, whatever he does.
Every event I see Usher pull up to, he got cherries for chicks at the event. Like, what is he just? Does Usher have a cherry sponsor, or is he on the mic just like, somebody give me a cherry?
There goes my cherry.
Ooh, he went for it. He didn't get it, but he went for it.
Whatever.
Let's keep the conversation going, my guys. We talked about the Chicago Bears and games that we're excited for in Bears schedule. Let's talk about some of the games that are the most important for the Chicago Bears. Let's start it off with our new head coach, Ben Johnson. I think you touched on this one a little bit here, but what is the most important game for Ben Johnson in your mind?
Well, I did mention it, and I think it will be very, very telling. But the games versus his old team, the Detroit Lions, in the division, I think are going to be very important just for the psyche of Ben Johnson to try and maybe get over the head coaching hurdle versus the OC hurdle. A lot of people are saying, well, as offensive coordinator, he's this genius. He's this savant. He's this guy that just is otherworldly. But he isn't proven as a head coach. Can he really manage a whole team? Can he, make sure that everything is in order, when it comes to game time? And so that's where I think the hurdle will kind of be crossed if he goes into Ford Field and also at Soldier Field and does what he's supposed to do, manage the game properly versus like how we saw the old guard Matt Eberflus not do so well when going up against the Lions, and they came back from a large deficit, because of bad coaching. So you want to see how he manages the game. If the Bears are up, how does he close out the game? Those are the things that I think will kind of solidify him as a good head coach.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like I get that, and I do understand. I think that is going to be very important for him in the long run. I think that's more of a mental thing for him with, actually, okay, it's like you said, the passing of the torch, right? Like you went up against your old alma mater, and okay, now it's my turn to take over this division. I hope that Mike Ditka's it and just goes out there and absolutely eviscerates the Lions. But
of course,
I think that first game against the Packers, because of the back and forth that him and LaFleur have been having, is going to be so important, because it's like that. I'm not gonna lie to you, that may reignite the rivalry, because that game is not only in Green Bay. That game is probably earlier on in the season, could set the tone for how well the Bears are going to continue through the rest of the season. Is a confidence booster. Look how they left the season with a win.
Yeah.
That is they are big bro. They are the ones that we're punching up. As much as this sucks, we're punching up. Like that to me is I think that's the more important game for the Bears, because if you can find a way to win that game in Lambeau Field yet again, now that's you know what that is? It's the confirmation that everything that happened last season wasn't a loss. Everything that you went through last season, now you got to win some games before that, right? If it's the first game of the season, that's different. But if you're 0-4 and then you beat the Packers, it don't mean nothing. But I think that to me is going to be so important for Ben Johnson to start this season off with with the shots that him and LaFleur have been taking back and forth at each other, and two, just with your quarterback psyche and how well you're going to be able to navigate this season. He's feeling on a high still from that Packers game last season. That to me, I think, is going to be the best scenario for the Bears coach to get a great start. And I don't even know the last Bears head coach that won their first Packers game.
It wasn't Matt Nagy?
No. Matt Nagy's first Packer game, Khalil Mack got the strip sack.
Oh, we were up in the first
And
half,
we
and
were
then
up,
the
we
second
were
half.
killing them, we were excited, and then we were clapped.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers came back off of them Percocets. Molly Percocet.
He did come back and then just beat us in there in the second half. Yeah. Okay.
Never chase a pick. Don't chase no pick. I said pick.
No, I'm with you on that one. I do agree that
you know what? Andrew Bryant or Andre Bryant, I apologize. Thomas Brown won his first Packer game.
Hey, excuse me. Yeah. Mike Tomlin 5.8. That's doggone right. Thank you, Andre Bryant, for bringing up the GOAT.
In theory, you could still go with the Tomlin 2.0 because he did lose just about every single game at the end of the season and then get a win that ends up technically being meaningless.
That's all right. It was meaningful in Bears' hearts. He started the engine that is now us dominating the Green Bay Packers. Okay, I'm just gonna say.
What if like the Bears go on this run and the beginning of the story is Thomas Brown?
I'm telling you, man. Like Thomas Brown started.
What Thomas Brown did for this team can never be quantified.
Have the man have a whole plaque and a whole like statue
Thomas
built.
Brown just looking at the team from the outside.
Y'all ain't no good. Y'all do me like that.
Do me like that, daddy.
Why you sound like that?
Don't you do me like that? Why you do me like that?
Don't you do me like that?
Don't you do me like that?
No, I think that's a very good measuring stick as well. Is obviously going up against the Packers. My thing is, and if we're switching to Caleb because we both mentioned for the head coach, but for Caleb Williams. I think for him as a quarterback, I'm tempted to say the very first game, but again, I think I want to go with the psyche game. I think I want to go with him versus the Commanders. Everybody is so up in arms about this rivalry that maybe it is there, maybe it isn't. But of course, the media is going to make it what it is. The last two Heisman Trophy winners, before this past year, and and Jaden and Caleb taking first, Jaden taking next, Jaden having the better rookie season, Jaden almost getting his team to the Super Bowl, Caleb blundering and having 3 offensive coordinators and just having a whole slew of issues and chaos in his rookie year. However, he still did okay in managing and getting through his rookie year, despite having a ton of sacks. So we want to see how will it look going into this season? How would it look in the matchup? They both have better teams. They both had a really good offseason. They acquired really good players to improve the team. And so I think just for the psyche of Caleb and also for the psyche of the Bears, I think that matchup is going to be important as well.
No, I that one I do agree with you with. I think that's going to be huge for the Bears because the Caleb's trying to prove stuff. He's trying to prove that he should have been the best guy taking it. He's the best guy off of the board, that he's the best quarterback taken off of the board. And you can only do that by beating a guy. Now, I will say this, right? Does it mean that, talent-wise, maybe Jaden isn't still better? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as their careers play out. Well, we'll see as their careers play out. Year one was amazing for Jaden Daniels. It really was. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you can go apples to apples and say, oh, you should have took this guy versus this guy. But I want the guy that wins.
Mm-hmm.
And if Caleb Williams finds a way to win in a bounce-back game, he's got that game scheduled. That's a game that he's focused on. Are you checking off the games on your checklist? Right? The games that are important for us, it is what it is. But we're more looking to be entertained and looking to have that itch that we have scratched to beat the Packers or to beat the Lions or to beat the Cowboys, different things like that. Those are the fun games where you go out and you get wins. But the important games that Caleb is going to have circled, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. Excuse me, hit the nail on the head. I think he's Detroit for one. I think that Washington is probably at the top of that list. I think that Philly is right underneath there. I think you're probably talking about the Bengals because of the Burrow matchup. Can you outdo a Burrow?
Mm-hmm.
Like there are certain goals that Caleb is going to have that where it's like it's not about am I gonna have 600 yards in this game and 7 touchdowns. Like, can I beat that dude because that dude's the best, and I need to be better than the best. Can my team go out there and beat that guy because they're better than the best? Like those are the things. That's how it seems like to me. Caleb Williams operates in his thought process.
Yeah.
Let's finish it out with this with George JC. Bears overall. What's the most important game for the Bears overall this season?
Well, I mean, what other game would you go with in the first one? In my opinion, you got to get off the bus. Just honestly, hot and ready. Haven't heard that in a while, right? Hot and ready.
We got to get off the bus running. Oh, hot and ready. Oh, getting off the bus, hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
Will they be coming fast?
Coming fast. They are going to be coming fast. Oh boy. My thing is, yes, you're seeing the standard being set right now. You see some of the highlights and the clips from mini camp, the way they're being coached up. I love the highlight you put up, the clip of Eric Bieniemy just grilling the running backs.
Piece is
like,
coming out from that.
Oh my goodness, he's like, "What? Why are you knocking the cones? The cones are right there. Wait, get the cone ain't moving. Cone ain't moving. Why are you looking down?"
Yeah.
Why you look at that? It's like I love the way I think you can see why maybe Eric Bieniemy didn't get a head coaching position.
A little bit.
But you can also see why he's a really good positional coach. Like he is a good motivator. But that is just a microcosm. What I think hopefully this team will be going into the season is you see just how much hard work these coaches are putting into these players, the development, the effort, the time. And how will that show itself in week one? Week one, we got to really see what is the standard that's going to be set on defense? What's the standard that's going to be set on offense? You know, obviously Ben Johnson said it's going to be a challenge, but hopefully by the season, you know, you've worked out some of the kinks, you've worked out some of the issues, and everybody's on the same page. And so I would love to see how they just start the season.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, the start to the season is going to be massively important. And I don't believe in, you know, I asked J-Mac, I was like, how much momentum is carried over from a previous season? He was like, listen, like, if you want to talk about momentum, the players are completely different. The coaching staff is completely different. Like nothing is the same as it was the previous year. So how can you have momentum based off of that? You know what I mean? That I think is going to be where, to me, the conversation is, if you start the season, can you get the ball back rolling? It is that object in motion stays in motion. Can you get the object back in motion?